Construction underway on the Arkansas side of our city, and we thought you might like an explanation of what all's going on over here, so we brought out City Manager Harold Bolt to tell us about that. And Harold, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Now, first of all, we got the Copeland sign here in the background. Copeland's, that's a big deal. I know folks are so excited about that. Tell us a little bit about Copeland's and when it's going to open here.
Okay. Well, Copeland's will begin construction next Monday. And they'll be moving dirt all out through here. And you notice that we have a road that's being built right now. It'll be called Convention Center Parkway, and it'll lead up to ultimately the Hotel Convention Center. But the Copelands will be sitting on this 2 acres right behind you. And it didn't happen as fast as we wanted it, but the main thing is it's happening.
It's happening. Is Copeland's a big name? What did you all seek out Copeland's particularly, or did they just hear about Texarkana, Arkansas, and the convention center and everything that was happening here and decide to do that?
I'd give Kenny Haskin most of the responsibility for getting them here, but the investors are 2 Texarkana, Arkansas boys,
Okay.
and they own the one in Little Rock. If you've never been there, it's off Shackelford Road in Little Rock, and it's in the whole Copeland's chain. That one there in Little Rock is the highest grossing restaurant in the nation.
Wow.
Yeah.
Tell us what kinds of food people can expect to find there.
Oh, everything Cajun for sure,
Right.
and then they serve steaks and any kind of. Well, they have a cheesecake factory, and everything inside the hotel. I mean, inside the restaurant, and that's a little dangerous on that front. But it's really anything you want, you can get at the Copelands. And I think even on Sundays, they have a brunch, which is unusual for most restaurants.
So it will be open what days?
Every day of the week.
Every day. Okay.
Mhm.
All right. So you guys have a lot happening here. This is just, it finally looks like things are taking off at Texarkana, Arkansas on this side of the city. Yeah, so tell us about it.
You'll see the dirt movement up on this side. It was higher than where the Hotel Convention Center is going to be.
Okay.
So when you look at the way they're carving the road now, we're taking dirt off here so that it'll be the same height back there, and then we can properly drain the water. The Hotel Convention Center will go back in there. The Copelands will go back over here into this corner, 2 acres worth. And then we got another hotel that'll be going in back behind the Holiday Inn over there. I can't name the name right now. And
The big secret? Oh, you can tell us. We won't tell anyone.
no, I can't do that.
Okay, all right.
And there's a couple other things that are going to happen, but I can't even begin to talk about that right now.
Right. Well, now the convention center is going to be, give us a few details about that.
The convention center will have probably over 20,000 square feet, 25,000. It could be larger than that. There's a lot of things that are going to be associated with it. And it'll be the Holiday Inn brand, but it'll be the top brand in the nation, and the model they're putting in out here, it'll also be, they have a new concept called the Social Hub, and it'll be inside practically anywhere you go in the hotel, but particularly the Social Hub part of it. You can be sitting at a table eating, and you'll have a portable TV set that you can be looking at, or you could be plugged into the internet or whatever.
At every table.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And there'll be another restaurant in the hotel. And of course, since we have a convention center, we'll have another, I guess, kitchen that's devoted to nothing but that.
How are we going to get people to come to Texarkana? Because, you know, when you think of conventions and businesses want to have conventions, they always think of those tourist cities with other attractions. How are we going to get people to say, I want to go to Texarkana to have my convention?
Well, everybody coming from Dallas, Shreveport, Little Rock, normally anywhere out of Louisiana.
So it's location, location, location.
It is. It really is. That's why we call this the Crossroads. And I-49 out there that's going on, it's all going to be channeled here. and you'll see Texarkana on both sides grow pretty significantly in future years. But we do have a phase 2 to our hotel convention center that will make the difference marketing wise, and we can't announce that right now, Jan, but it will be very significant from a tourist perspective.
Phase 2.
Mm-hmm.
Phase 2 is going to be something that's going to attract tourists.
That's right.
And you can't tell us what it is.
That's right.
Dang, Harold, you're making my job hard today.
Yeah. I have to do that.
Yeah, I understand. Well, we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to see what else we can, what kind of info we can squeeze out of the city manager about Arkansas, Texarkana, Arkansas, and what's happening here. Stay tuned. Welcome back. We're broadcasting this edition of Hometown Magazine from Texarkana, Arkansas, where, as you can see behind me, there's lots of construction going on. We thought you might like to know what that's all about, so we found two folks who could give us some answers. We've got Harold Boat, City Manager, and Kenny Haskin, who's kind of responsible for economic development on the Texarkana, Arkansas side. And, well, Kenny, it looks like you've been doing your job. I see lots of development going on.
Well, Jan, I tell you, we're excited about it. One of the things I think that we're excited about is the fact that this Copeland's restaurant is going to employ over 165 employees.
Wow.
So we're real excited about that. I mean, that's one thing I think that sometimes when we get in the hustle and bustle of things, we miss. And with the unemployment rate being like it is right now today, that's going to give us a big boost. And I think that's one of the things that the city manager and the board of directors put us in a position for us to be able to carry that mantle. So we're excited about that for sure.
Well, now, according to Mr. Bolt, you're the one who's responsible for the fact that Copeland's is here. I mean, I'm sure that I want to know what your strategy was. How did you get those guys to agree to come here?
Well, the first thing I have to say is that it takes leadership, Jan, to do anything. The city manager's made that clear when he brought me in. And we sit down and we strategized, and we had to determine initially what it would take to be able to move the ball down the field. So he made it clear to me, first day, we need quality development. Right. Quality development. And when we took a look at Copeland's, we knew that they brought some of the things that we needed to the table to be able to make our case for this development to be able to grow. And with the new mayor being on board, as well as the board of directors, we're excited about where we're headed.
So did it take some arm twisting, or were the folks at Copeland's, was their attitude of, oh, hey, Texarkana, I hadn't thought about that?
Well, you know as well as anyone, economic development is very difficult, and it takes it takes us being persistent. It takes folks being able to come to the table. So yes, it took a while for us to be able to convince these folks to learn and understand our story. And right now, that's all we have. We have a story to tell. We don't have anything to offer except for a good story. But they have to believe you, they have to trust you, and they have to know that you're taking this thing and you're going to run with it. So I think with Dr. Patel and the convention center being on board certainly didn't help.
Sure. Yeah. Well, now, you got a lot happening back here. Can you tell us anything else related to the city and what's going to be happening from an economic development standpoint?
Well, what we're doing right now, Jan, we're trying to create an environment for businesses and corporations to be able to come in and say that this city is being progressive and they're being proactive in their economic development approach. And that's what we're about. That's what we have to do. We're not realtors. We don't own any land. We don't get into that business. But what we are about is creating an atmosphere, led by the city manager, of course, and the board of directors, to be able to foster that environment so that folk will feel comfortable coming in and laying out the money to be able to make development like this take place. So that's what we're trying to do here in the city, and we've got some other plans in store. A lot of times we can't talk about those things right now because they're in the infancy stages, but I have to tell you, the best is certainly going to come. Yeah.